item 8.2. Back to you, Mr. Swaby.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is purpose of this report is to consider a request from the Cowichan Valley Regional District Board for municipal input on a potential of a regional planning service. After review, staff's recommendation is that council in principle support the potential establishment of a regional planning function, provided the function's primary purpose is to develop, implement, and administer a regional growth strategy for the Cowichan region.
Councillor Justice.
I would move the recommended option.
It's a move, seconded by Councillor Stash. Any discussion? Councillor Finley, then Councillor Manhas.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I have a problem with regional planning, as it says in the report. You know, planning is a divisive topic, and you know how we see growth strategies implemented that work for us here in North Cowichan may not work for Ladysmith, Lake Cowichan, or Mill Bay. You know, it's one of those things where we really can't afford to divert staff resources on this when we have some pretty large projects underway here in North Cowichan alone over the next few years. Plus, the additional costs can't be borne by our taxpayers. They're already stretched to the limit as it is. And as a side note, we should just amalgamate and be done with it. Thanks.
Councillor Manhas and Councillor Justice.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I know we talked about this at the regional table also, and I did support the regional table, and I will support this now because it's in principle only until we get some more information and a proper report from staff. Because in principle, I will be supporting this.
Thank you, Councillor Manhas. Councillor Justice.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just because Councillor Finley raised it, I mean, there are some good points that he's making about, you know, often it is good to plan at a neighborhood level or at a municipal level, but there's plenty of things where regional planning is actually critical. Issues that span local government boundaries, such as climate change and biodiversity protection, supporting agriculture, and many more things. So, in addition, I think, you know, given growth pressures on the region as a whole and issues of water resources and infrastructure deficit, it's also critical that in certain cases and in certain ways we manage growth regionally. So, leave it at that.
Thank you, Councillor Justice. I'd perhaps just add for council that pursuing a regional growth strategy is a long-standing objective here at the municipality, not just with our most recent OCP, but going back to the 2011 official community plan as well. And I would also note that the Cowichan Valley, despite, you know, all the talk about us being one of the more environmentally focused communities in BC, we are the to my knowledge, the only regional district of mid-southern Vancouver Island, the lower mainland, and the Okanagan without a regional growth strategy, which when I mention that to mayors in other parts of the province, they can't believe that we don't have a regional growth strategy. It does create challenges as well for us as we're trying to realize our own objectives with regards to growth and development in our community, especially within our designated growth centers, to have so much of this development activity out in the electoral areas, which are largely unserviced and don't have the infrastructure to support much of that development. So for all those reasons, we'll be supporting the motion. I do have some concerns about creating a function before we've actually have a full commitment at the regional board to pursue a regional growth strategy, but I appreciate the recommendation from staff that you know, makes our support in principle, as Councillor Manhas pointed out, conditional on that commitment for a regional growth strategy from the Cowichan Valley Regional District Board. So there's no further comments. Perhaps I'll call the question. All in favor? And opposed? Councillor Finley opposed. Motion carries. We'll now